AI cannot currently fill in a VPAT, and this is a multi-layered answer. So let's start with this. We need to conduct an accessibility audit before we can ever fill in a VPAT. So once we conduct the audit, then we have the audit report, and then we can transpose those audit report results into the VPAT, so into the accessibility table. All right, so that's what we need to do. But keep in mind that even if we have the accessibility audit report, we're not going to simply copy and paste that report into the VPAT document. So to illustrate this, on this next slide, I have a screenshot from an accessible.org audit report. This is in Excel spreadsheet format. Here we can see there are several columns. So we have the page title, the section, we have the page URL. This is to help us locate the accessibility issue. We have the environment combination that produced the issue. So let's take the example of Windows desktop, Chrome browser, NVDA screen reader. Next, we have the associated WCAG success criterion. Then we have the issue title, the issue description. We have another column for the applicable code for the issue. And then we have the users affected and then the recommended fix. And there are a few more columns not shown. The point is, this is a very detailed report, but it's not as if we can simply copy and paste these columns and have a completed accessibility table of the VPAT. So it's very important to know that this is not a copy and paste. And to further illustrate this, on this next slide, I have an accessibility table from a VPAT. So this is table 1. We can see there are 3 columns. The first column is the success criteria for the technical standard. Here it's the web content accessibility guidelines. And then the next 2 columns we're going to fill out. So we have the conformance level, and this is where we're going to input terms like supports, does not support, partially supports. And then we have the remarks and explanations. And here we're going to elaborate on what we put in the conformance level. So just note, it's not as simple as a copy and paste. Now, as I say this, going back to the initial slide, we are working on AI generated VPATs for Accessibility Tracker. Now, Accessibility Tracker is the accessible.org platform for tracking accessibility issues. Here, you upload your accessibility audit report, and from there, you can assign issues to different team members. You can change the status of individual issues. You can use AI to help you with fixes, to help guide your team with fixes. And there are several more features involved. But just know that this is an accessibility platform that you can use. And one of the features that we're working on adding is the ability to generate VPATs using AI and using your accessibility audit report. But before we continue, a manual review is still going to be needed even when this feature is available inside of Accessibility Tracker. So this is coming. It's probably going to be about 2 to 4 months from now. But this is something that I very much want to make happen. It's going to speed up the process of filling in VPATs, but especially to start, you're definitely going to need a review, and that's going to be the case for a while. But just know that this is something that we are working on, is the automated generation of an ACR. Again, this is not going to be a finished product. You are going to have to review, but the good part is Accessibility Tracker is an audit-based platform, and that means we are working from your accessibility audit report. So as far as the platform, this ensures that tracking is towards full conformance and not just those issues that are flagged by a scan. But when it comes to this specific feature, it means that we're going to be able to take your accessibility audit report and start to transpose using AI those audit report results. And then you will have really a semblance of hybrid automation, because you'll have this partially automated, but you'll still need to have that human review and some edits before you'll have the finished product. But it will help accelerate the timeline and make creating an ACR make it faster. So to answer this question, not as of now. It is something that we are actively working on at accessible.org. So I will include a link to accessibility tracker in the description. And this is just one video in an entire series on frequently asked questions pertaining to VPATs. So I will include a link to the entire playlist in the description, as well as a link to a PDF. And this is a guide to VPATs, and the title is VPATs in Plain English. So here you have a lot of questions that we have been asked by clients. They are included in this document. It is free to download. There is no email subscription required. I will include a link to that along with other resources to help you with your accessibility project. So that is going to do it for this video. We will continue on with the next.